What's going on, y'all? How y'all doing? I am popping in for just a quick second. Just finished listening to the press conference for Coach Arthur Smith, uh, first one here with the Atlanta Falcons, and I just wanted to make sure. And it is funny to me. I see all the I see all of the energy, which it should be. This is a new coach. We don't have. Um, Anything to base him on right now. We knew he was the coach calling the plays with Derrick Henry. We knew he probably had a little bit of hand in getting Ryan Tannehill revitalized from his start with Miami and turning him to a serviceable quarterback and probably an overlooked quarterback for the Pro Bowl this year, if you ask me. 33 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. He did a pretty good job. I guess my thing is, I'm listening to and I'm watching, I'm listening to him, and I'm watching some of the comments, and be it far from me to tell you how to feel about your opinion, but I will tell you this, folks: the man is not going to show his hand on day one. He's not going to tell you whether he's going to fire, not fire. He's not going to tell you whether he's going to trade Matt Ryan or try to trade Matt Ryan. And y'all don't have to tell me about it. I know all about the salary cap ramifications and all that stuff. He's not going to tell you whether he's going to keep Julio Jones. He's not going to tell you whether he's going to do a zone blocking scheme. He's not going to tell you whether he's going to draft a quarterback. All of this stuff is super early, y'all. It is day one. As a matter of fact, some of those personnel questions you're probably going to hear from Terry Fontenot in about another 30 to 40 minutes, which I'll be at work. I might try to see if I can come in live and check y'all out while I'm at work. But I'm just, some of y'all, it's amazing to me that some of y'all are taking little bits of what he's saying and running with it. But you know what? What I heard today, I heard was one of the most non-committal things, one of the most non-committal press conferences that you can have, and that's great. What's going on, Jermaine? How you doing? Jory, how you doing? So what's going on? I see a lot of people in the "we're not drafting a quarterback." Man, dude, what's up, Glenn? How you doing? He needs to tell us, is he going to win games for the Atlanta Falcons? That's what I want to hear. That's what I want to hear. I want to hear whether he says, I can turn this team into a winner. And really, to be honest with you, whether you have Matt, whether you have Julio, whether you have anybody else, I want to hear more from him about what you're going to do for this franchise. It shouldn't be about individuals at this time. That's what him and Terry get together for. Did y'all just hear? He just met the man during the second part of the interview. So he just met him. So let's, and I know it's a reporter's job to ask those questions. So I'm not mad at the media, because the media has to do that for their jobs. They have to say, hey, what are you going to do with Matt? What are you going to do with Julio? I expect them to do that. That's their job. But some of us in this group, I love y'all to death, and y'all know I do. I love arguing with all of y'all. But at the same time, I'm like, folks, he's not going to give away the game plan on January 19th. We still have a free agency that we have to deal with. Yes, we'll be able to get some folks, maybe not big time. We'll be able to get some folks. We got to cut some players. The same Matt Ryan that we're talking about getting rid of, possibly, we may have to turn around and ask him, if we keep him, ask him to shave some more money off. So you can't cut all your ties in press conference number one. And you're not going to see the same thing with Terry Fontenot later on. Later on, you're going to come out and see him say, I love Atlanta, blah, 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 and look at y'all from afar, see what's going on, and all good stuff about day one hires. You're not going to see him give away the secret on day one. Christian said he's trying to keep my spirits up for right now. We drafting a quarterback. Listen, of course, Christian, you hit it on the nail. You don't tell the incumbent quarterback on day one of your hire you're getting rid of him. And then what happens if you're not able to get rid of him? Then you got to turn back and then say, "Oh, my bad. Come run to my team." You have to play this thing out, man. You have to play it out. Rusty, drop the accountability is what caught my ear. He's been watching us. He knows what's up. Love what he said though. Yeah, and well, there was also a point when they talked about whether he was watching the Falcons, and I'm sure he was paying attention to what's going on in Tennessee a lot more. But yeah, I hear what you're saying. Absolutely. Nothing that he said in this press conference was something I wasn't expecting. I think he gave us what he gave us. You're going to hear the same thing from Terry Fontenot here in another 30 minutes. And after it comes on, I'll probably try to talk to y'all from work and see if we can talk about this. Jory says people was asking him to show him the whole cards in spades. That's what I'm saying. Dude, I got 4 books in a possible. You can't do that as a head coach. You can't do that on day one. Because say if he did come out, some folks really want him to come out and say, yeah, well, I'm Arthur Smith and day one, just telling y'all right now, Matt Ryan's going to get his for y'all. Young lady who burned your jersey early in the year, that was a good thing because he's not coming back. That would be stupid. If anything, you want to build up Matt's credibility as much as you can, just in case you do have a trade partner. Do you want to come in and say, day one, I'm not going to work with Matt right now? I mean, that's crazy. Kristen, after the draft, free agency and coaching staff is set up, we will hear about this vision and this team and this game plan. Absolutely. We just want to see that action. No talking. Here's the problem, though, Jermaine. You got to give the man the time. He just got hired this weekend. He just got hired. And to be honest with you, the business year for the football doesn't start until February. And while we don't want him making the decision one day before the business year starts for 2021, I'm sure they're going over every scenario. I'm pretty sure they're talking to every team. As fans, we should be impatient. We've been patient for this team through 18, 19, and this season. We should be extremely impatient. But as far as somebody coming in, what I do want to hear is I want to hear somebody who's methodical. It sounds like he's a little methodical. He definitely doesn't come in rah-rah. He doesn't come in like our predecessor and come in and I'm going to motivate, I'm going to buy, and all of the bravado that comes with being a rah-rah coach. He doesn't seem like he's that guy. He kind of seems like he's about his business. That's all I know. All I know about Arthur Smith is what I saw in that small press conference, which again is still unfair to him. But I just want to say, y'all don't jump off a bridge if you don't hear the this year's plan and next year's plan in today's press conference. You can't do that. I mean, you can, but you don't drive yourself crazy. Rusty said he said he will be calling plays on offense. I did think that was interesting that he would call his plays. Again, we just came from a head coach who tried to do that in 2019, didn't work out that well for him. But again, this is a different guy. I know we should be apprehensive because we said, we just saw that. That didn't work. But this is a different dude. Just like he said during the press conference, there are some who have been successful and there are some who haven't been. Robert Chris said, I will say it's nice to see anyone other than DQ and TD. It's a change from seeing the other regime. It will be cool. Rusty, Rusty, I just touched on it. I just came on about 2 minutes ago. Marcus, well, at least we didn't hear fast and physical 100 times. Look, at this point, I think Marcus, he right now wants to get started. I think he looked like somebody who was so ready to get over this press conference it wasn't funny. Very straightforward, very exact, but he didn't give anything away, which is great. I want them to hold. I don't know what his thoughts are. I don't know whether he's going to draft a quarterback. I don't know whether he's going to keep Matt and build around him. I don't know whether I have no idea. And from my standpoint, that's great on day one because I don't need to read what you're doing this year. Now, by the time we get to free agency and the draft, we're going to get an idea of what he's going to try to do with this team. More importantly, y'all need to listen to the guy who's coming up in about 30 minutes because he's probably going to be the main person evaluating the talent that's coming in here to help Arthur Smith get this thing going. Marco, he said he was going to be calling plays as well. I just, okay, sorry about that. You were right behind Rusty. So Jermaine, too impatient with this team, too much talent. I hear you. I hear you, Jermaine. But again, we're going to have to show a little bit of patience. This guy is just getting to know this roster. He is. We cannot expect him to give a 24-hour evaluation and turn around. What if he messes around and looks at evaluation and say, Isaiah Oliver, cornerback. Oh, he had a great game 16. Let's keep him. We don't want that. We want him to get a full, thorough examination of what these players are and what they could bring to the team. Robert said, I'm willing to give the guy a chance, but I'm tired of the talk. We all know these coaches and players know the right thing to say. Show us that you know what to do. And the thing is, Robert, we won't know a thing about his credibility until game 1 in September. All of this stuff, this is the hardest part of the year for fans because our season is over. We have about another 8 months before we see these guys on the field, let alone see a preseason. We have to be patient with this. I know that sounds hard. I'm not patient, but we have to let this stuff play out. There's no guarantee what's going to go on with us as the Falcons. I have no idea whether they plan on keeping the draft pick. I have no idea whether they plan on keeping it. You know what? They might keep the whole band together and just put in pieces. I don't know. But whatever him and Terry Fontenot have, I guess is anything better than what's been done in the last 3 years. I think we can agree on that. So let's hope that it's going into the right direction. Lynn says, new era, press forward. We want some wins. I do too, Lynn. I got to have some wins. Jermaine, if he's calling plays on offense, he needs to find his own Patrick Mahomes. That's my opinion. Will we be getting a whole new pro scouting team? I'm pretty sure the scouting team. If anything, with Terry Fontenot, I'm pretty sure he's going to want his people coming in. Matter of fact, if I'm Atlanta, I want to get every person who was on Terry Fontenot's team. Listen, take the New Orleans part out of it. If it's one thing they've been good at in the last 2 or 3 years, is drafting folks. Those same draft picks that they made from 2017 on here, they've been keeping that team afloat while Drew Brees has made close to $40 million every other year to keep going one and done. So you got to give him a little bit of credit on that. I want him to get a whole new scouting team. Cornelius, he doesn't like talking. He's ready to work. Good. No problem with that. Nathan, holding players accountable no matter who they are sounded good to me, and it should. David, player evaluation would be difficult, though. Just saw the scouting combines have been canceled. The league will do virtual interviews and psychological tests, and we'll do the measurables at pro days. But you know what? That's 32 teams doing that, Dave. 32 teams doing that. So it would be one thing if it was just the Falcons, but everybody. So what that means is you better have a great idea of what you want on this team coming up. And it's 2:30. I got to get out of here. Sonia, we need Fields from Ohio State. Sonia, I'm with you. I could do that. But you know what, Sonia? If Fields isn't there, as long as it's somebody to be able to push Matt into thinking that this job isn't his just because he has a large salary. That's what I want. I want somebody to push him. And we haven't had that person. Matt Schaub is gone now. And there are some people under the belief that Ben Kirk is going to push Matt Ryan. Okay, y'all come back from Disney World. And then we'll go, while y'all in Disney World looking at Ben Kirk, we'll be in the draft, whether it be Fields, whether it be Wilson, whether it be Lance, whether it be Jones, or whoever it is. We'll be doing that. Okay? Listen, got to go to work. I will hopefully see y'all after the Terry Fontenot interview later on. Just trying to tell y'all, don't jump off the ship for what you just heard. That was a classic first day I got the job, head coach interview. Just don't jump off the deep end on that one, okay? See y'all in a little bit later on today. Y'all take care.